Avengers play baseball. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20, video game on PS4. I am RC Robin. Thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Por favor, please, please, please. So we play Dungeons and Dragons on Monday nights, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this YouTube channel. But when we're not playing D&D, I like to play video games, one of which is MLB The Show. So as you can see, a creative franchise called The Avengers is 14-11 and has been wedged into the National League West. They're currently 14-11 and 3.5 games behind the LA Dodgers in the West. So let's get to the next game on the schedule. It's late April. So this is a 3-game set at Detroit. I lost the first game 4-1, so this is the second game in a 3-game set at the end of April. Let's rock and roll. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team. We are playing at Comerica Park in Detroit. I don't like MLB Network. Chris Hemsworth, the mighty Thor, is pitching in today's contest. Tom Holland is going to get a day off. Gregg and Don Cheadle will play, but maybe Robert Downey Jr. will not. Let's see who plays first base. Who plays first base? Okay, hold on. Mark Ruffalo play first base? Yes, he does. So Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. will be the DH. Mark Ruffalo will be at first base, and the DH will be Benedict Cumberbatch. So let me just fix this lineup. Hold on a second. Dave Mackie, Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Dave Batista, Cumberbatch in there, Cheadle. Actually, let's do Cheadle there. Idris Elba there. I like it. Let's rock and roll. Let's go. Chris Hemsworth and the lineup of Avengers. Welcome to Major League Baseball. As the Hollywood Avengers visit the Detroit Tigers here in Comerica Park. On the mound for the Tigers is Hyun Jin Ryu, making his 6th start of the season. He's 1-3 with an 8.89 earned run average. And Ryu faces Anthony Mackie to lead off the game. He's hitting .344. Here comes the first pitch of the game. And he lines it. That's got a chance, ladies and gentlemen. It is Gonzo. That's a solo home run by Anthony Mackie, his 3rd homer of the season on the first pitch of the ball game. And just like that, the Avengers have a 1-0 lead. Hoo-ah! Let's look at this replay. Boom. Line drive. So next up is the late great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .325, a homer and 6 RBIs. He takes inside corner for strike 1. Tigers are 6 games under 500, good for 5th place in the American League Central. Chadwick plays, checks his swing, pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chadwick plays Black Panther, or at least he played, obviously. May he rest in peace. Pitches inside, count as 2 balls and 1 strike on Boseman. Count as 3 balls and 1 strike here in the first. Hitters count. And he walks him. So there's a runner on with nobody out as Captain America, Chris Evans, steps to the plate. He's hitting .297 with 4 homers and 14 runs batted down. He's behind the plate. Boseman leads off first in the top of the first. And he pulls it foul, strike 1. Ground ball back through the box and up the middle. It is a base hit for Chris Evans. And they're threatening. There's runners at first and second here in the top of the first with nobody out. Next up is the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. Mark is hitting .287 in the season. Granted, it's just April, so. Line drive the other way. It falls in for a base hit. They get the ball back in quickly, so the runners do not advance. It's base to base. The bases are loaded here in the top of the first with nobody out. So next up is Don Cheadle, or War Machine, hitting .346, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. The pitch is low for ball one. Don Cheadle is James Rhodes in the Iron Man franchise. Hard ground ball up the middle and through. It's going to be a 2-run single for Don Cheadle, and the score is now 3-0 Avengers. Nice start to the ball game. Still nobody out here in the top of the first. Next up is Drak, the Destroyer, or Dave Batista. He's hitting .310, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in. Runners are at first and second here. And the pitch is high, ball one. And he pulls the changeup foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Batista. And he fouls off the changeup. Count is 1-2. Runners lead off first and second here in the top of the first. Still no one out. Just nubs it up the first base line, and it's fair ball. So it's the equivalent of, wait, is he safe? My goodness, they said he did not slap the tag on him, and they gave him first base. And they didn't even give him an error on the play. They actually called it a base hit. So bases are loaded, still with nobody out. Now up is Benedict Cumberbatch, the man who plays Stephen Strange in the Marvel Universe. And he hits a shallow fly ball to center. Too shallow probably to tag up, and it is. So that's the first out of the first inning here. No advance. Starting lineup for the Avengers. You've seen Mackie, Bozeman, Evans, Ruffalo, and Don Cheadle, including Batista and Cumberbatch, but also Idris Elba is at left, and Gregg, the man who plays Phil Coulson, plays second base today and bats ninth. So Idris Elba, .286, 2 homers. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the first. And he chases a pitch and fouls it off, strike 1. Idris Elba plays Hemidall in the Marvel Universe, in the Thor franchise. Pitch is high, ball 1. Count is 1-1. Checks his swing, pitches outside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Elba. Hard ground ball knocked down by the third baseman. He throws to first. It is in time, but it's an RBI groundout for Elba, and the score is now 4-0. Avengers. Let's watch the replay. So with 2 outs and runners at second and third, Gregg steps up, part-time player, man who plays Phil Coulson in the Marvel Universe. And he slaps it. It may drop in, and if it does, it will be a 2-run single for Gregg. And it's a 6-0 lead for the Avengers. Nice 2-out hit by Clark. Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. A lot of real estate to patrol out there in center. So manager's seen enough. So with 2/3 of an inning pitched and 6 runs, 6 earned runs, Ryu's night is over. From the bullpen for the Tigers, Kenyon Middleton making his 9th appearance. He'll have to go a few innings. His record is 2-0 with a 4.86 earned run average. And he will face the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie, who hit a solo home run. Interesting is that he hit his solo home run with the switch hitter, hit it from the right side, and now against Middleton, he's up there from the left side. Can he hit a home run from each side of the plate in the same inning?
That's a ball.
Just below the knees, ball one. Runner leads off first. Quick throw to first to make sure that Gregg is close. And he pulls the inside fastball foul. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Falcon. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Mackie. In there for a strike. No throw down a second, and Gregg steals second. So now there's a runner in scoring position for Falcon. And he skies it to medium left field. There is the fielder. He makes the catch to finally retire the side, but not before 6 runs cross the plate in a half an inning. So that's the Hollywood Avengers 6 and Detroit Tigers coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers is the ace of the staff, Thor Odinson, or Chris Hemsworth, who plays him in the Marvel Universe. He's making his 6th start of the season. His record is 4-1 with a 1.96 earned run average. And now he has 6 runs to play with. Leading off for the Tigers is Honus Wagner, hitting .294, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Comes the first pitch from Thor. And he pops it up into short right field. Back goes Mark Ruffalo to make the catch. Starting lineup, Honus Wagner just led off and popped out. Dave Parker is in right. Jim Edmonds is in the center. Ivan Rodriguez is behind the plate. Ryan Klesko is at first. Brooks Robinson's at third. DJ LeMahieu is at second. Tony Pham is the left fielder. And Tommy Edman bats ninth. So Dave Parker hitting .317, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in, with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. At the knees, strike 1. Avengers are 3 games over at 14-11. It's good for 3rd place in the NL West. They trail the Dodgers. Parker fouls off the second pitch. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count remains 0-2 on Parker. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. It's his first strikeout of the game.
Batting third, the center fielder,
Down and in.
Jim Edmonds.
Jim Edmonds, the center fielder, steps up. He's batting .226, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. And he laces it the other way. Lazy fly ball to Elba, who settles under it and makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Hemsworth. And at the end of 1 inning of baseball, the Avengers have an early 6-0 lead. Oh, yeah. So, top of the second, Chadwick Boseman has walked, scored a run in the game. No official at bat as of yet.
Number 20.
He fouls off the fastball, strike 1. And he hits a line drive to center, but there is the center fielder, Jim Edmonds, for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Tigers in the outfield from left to right is Tommy Pham, Jim Edmonds, and Dave Parker. And in the infield, it's Robinson, Wagner, LeMahieu, and Klesko at first, with Hall of Fame catcher Ivan Rodriguez behind the plate. Next up is Chris Evans, the catcher. He singled in his first at-bat. And he swings and misses at the inside fastball, strike 1. Pops it up into foul territory, first base side. It will make the seats for strike number 2. Check to swing in the dirt. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he slams it high and deep, but it curves foul. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, count evens at 2-2 on Captain America. Pulls it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second. 6-0 lead for the Avengers. And that one may fall, but no. Nice running catch by Dave Parker for the second out of the inning. So Mark Ruffalo has singles. He scored a run. The man who plays the Hulk in the Marvel Universe is up there for his second plate appearance and is way out in front of the slider for the first strike. Hard ground ball to the second baseman. LeMahieu fields, fires, got him. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Middleton. Nice breath of relief after Ryu's performance. So 1.5 innings of baseball. It's the Hollywood Avengers leading 6-0. Bottom of the second, stepping to the plate is Ivan Rodriguez hitting .283, 6 homers, 19 runs batted in. Hall of Fame catcher. Pitch just misses outside, ball 1. Checks his swing, it's in there, strike 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Ivan. And he pulls it towards the left center field gap, but Idris Elba is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. The defense for the Avengers in the outfield, Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Dave Batista. And in the infield from left to right, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Clark Gregg, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans behind the plate, and the designated hitter today is Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch. At the plate, Ryan Klesko hitting .330 with 8 homers and 21 runs batted in. There's 1 out here in the second. At the knees, strike 1. Ground ball to the second baseman, Clark Gregg fields, fires, got him. And there's 2 down. Brooks Robinson hitting .315 overall. Last 7 games, he's 4 for his last 23. So he's been cold. Pulls it down the third base line and goes foul. Strike 1. Low and outside, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mighty Thor on the mound. Hard ground ball, base hit back through the middle. Diving attempts by Clark Gregg, but to no avail. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, they have a base runner.
The second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
So, with 2 outs and a runner at first, DJ LeMahieu steps to the plate. He's shooting .247. He does not have a homer yet. 6 runs batted in. And it is a slow roller to the right side. Clark Gregg fields, fires, got him, side retired. So, end of 2, it's 6-0 Avengers. So stepping in there for the top of the third is Don Cheadle. He has a 2-run single to his credit. This is his second plate appearance. And now he's 2 for 2. That's a single to center. Oh wait, he's going for second. It's close. He's in there. Oh, look at that hustle. So that's his 6th double of the season. Don Cheadle, War Machine, decided to be aggressive on the base paths. Let's see if he ever, I don't think he hesitated. That was a dangerous play. Strong throw, but not in time. So, runner in scoring position with nobody out for Drak the Destroyer, who singled in the first. Check the swing, outside, ball 1. Pitch is high. Wait, the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. That's confusing. Outside corner, strike 2. Well, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes according to the umpire. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cheadle leads off second. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. Count will remain 2-2. Did he swing? No, he did not. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Cheadle leads off second. Here's the payoff pitch. And he skies it to shallow center. In comes Edmonds. And there's the first out. No advance on the base paths.
Now batting.
So next up is the designated hitter today, Benedict Cumberbatch, or Doctor Strange. He hits from the left side. And he breaks his bat in on the handle. Short little pop up to the third baseman, and there's 2 down. Nasty pitch by Middleton. So Idris Elba had an RBI groundout in the first. He has a runner in scoring position, but he's going to need a hit to get him in. Shallow fly ball to short right field. The center fielder is there to make the catch and retire the side. So after 2.5 innings of baseball, score is 6-0. Bottom of the third, Tommy Pham's hitting .333, steps in to lead off.
The left fielder, Tommy.
At the knees, 96 miles an hour on the radar gun. He's 4 for his last 9. Pretty impressive. He's starting to heat up. Checks his swing, but according to the home plate umpire, he broke the plate, so it's 0-2. Outside, ball 1, count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the high slider. So there's 1 away.
Batting 9. The designated hitter.
That was a little high. That was not even a strike.
Edmonds.
Way out in front. So Jim, check that. Tommy Edman, 217, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. Steps in against Hemsworth. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 1. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Edman. Out in front of the split finger fastball, count is 1-2. Slow roller to the pitcher. He charges off the mound, throws over to first. 2 down here in the third.
The batter.
Nice athletic play from Hemsworth, bouncing off the mound. Lineup turns over for the Tigers. Honus Wagner popped out in the first. He is 0 for 1. At the knees, strike 1. He has a modest 4-game hitting streak on the line today. Just gets a piece of the slurve. Count is 0-2. Inside, off the plate, count is 1-2. Again, inside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Does not chase. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And it is a lazy line drive. Batista charges, makes the catch to retire the side. So at the end of 3 innings of baseball here in Comerica Park, it's a 6-0 lead for the Avengers. Love it. Top of the fourth, Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., is 1 for 1. He has a 2-run single. Steps in for his second plate appearance. Checks his swing. It's low. Ball 1. And he grounds it up the third base line, and it just goes foul before reaching that third base bag. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch is low, 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the fastball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Middleton works fast. Swing and a miss. In the dirt. Strike him out, throw him out. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. I tell you, I haven't been able to get anything going. The line for Ryu is 2/3 of an inning. 6 hits, 6 earned runs, a walk and no strikeouts. It's an outing that he would rather forget about. So Anthony Mackie, who hit a solo homer in the first, he's 1 for 2, steps up. He is the Falcon in the Marvel Universe. Pulls it down the first base line, foul. Middleton deals quickly. Pitch at the shoe tops. He swings, pulls it foul, counts quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes. Outside, ball 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count evens. Outside, so he was down 0-2, worked him back to 3-2. Full count. And he walks him. He had him at 0-2 and then threw 4 straight balls. So with 1 out here in the top of the 4th, they have a base runner with some speed. Chadwick Boseman is officially 0 for 1. He did walk in this game. He has a run scored. Quick throw over first. Falcon is back. Again, quick throw to first. Slaps the tag, but gets his hand in there. So Middleton stares down, deals, checks his swing, changeup is outside, ball 1. Pitch is high, ball 2, count is 2-0 on the late great Chadwick Boseman. And he pulls it, rolls it over his wrists down the third base line. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Quick throw to first again. He's back. You could just get the sense that Falcon is looking to take off from first. He's trying to get that extra step or 2 lead. Swing and a miss at the high inside fastball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Black Panther. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 4th. So will the runner at first be in motion? We'll see. Again, just rolls over it and pulls it just foul down the third base line. Payoff pitch, we'll do it again. Here it comes. 6, 4, 3, double play, side retired. So, halfway through the 4th inning, it's a 6-0 lead for the Avengers. Bottom of the 4th, Dave Parker steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Hemsworth has pitched 3 shutout innings so far. And hard ground ball, but down the third base line for foul ball. Again, another foul ball at the plate. Count is 0-2. Grounds it down the third base line, but it again goes foul. Count will remain 0-2. Hard ground ball to Anthony Mackie. Falcon fires, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Jim Edmonds flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Steps in with 1 out. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. This one's got a chance. It is off the wall. By the time they get that ball back into the infield, it'll be a stand-up double for Jim Edmonds. And with 1 out, he has his 7th double of the season. Runner in scoring position for the Tigers. At another ballpark, this might have been gone. So next up is Ivan Rodriguez. Steps in, he's 0 for 1. At the knees, strike one. 97 on the radar gun. Line drive, to right. And Dave Batista, Drak's the destroyer, makes the catch for the second out. No advance on the base paths. So Ryan Klesko is 0 for 4 in this series. He's 0 for 1 today with the ground out. He's going to need a hit to get in that runner from second. And it's a deep fly ball, but playable for War Machine. He makes the catch to retire the side. So they strand the runner at second. And after 4 innings of baseball, it's still 6-0 Avengers. Top of the 5th. Captain America's 1 for 2 with a single. Steps in from the left side. Swings and fouls off the low fastball for strike one. And he pulls it hard to the second baseman. LeMahieu fields, fires, and there's one down here in the 5th. So the Avengers got all their runs in the first inning. They had a 6-run first. Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, steps up. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Out in front of the slider for strike one. Middleton has come in with 2 outs in the first and has since shut the Avengers down.
1-1.
Pitches low. Count is 1-1 on Ruffalo. Pulls it, but right to the third baseman. Fires across, 2 away. Middleton has done an excellent job in relief. Regardless of what happens from this point on, he settled him down. Don Cheadle is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, 3 for 6 in this series. Pulls it down the first base line, foul. Strike one. Pitches outside, ball one. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. This is high and deep, but playable. Edmonds makes his way over into the right center field gap to make the catch and retire the side. So 4.5 complete. It remains a 6-0 lead, Avengers, here at Comerica Park. So Heidi Watney joins you from the dugout, the sideline reporter, but unfortunately there seems to be something wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to get back to you. Sorry about that, Heidi. We'll have a technician come down there and check the mic. Brooks Robinson leads off the bottom of the 5th. And he's outside corner, strike one. And he pulls the slider foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Robinson had a single in his first at bat. And he jams him. And Mark Ruffalo charges and makes the catch in foul territory. Pop-up for the first out. So, ERA leaders in the American League. Check that, the National League entering play. As you can see, Al Leiter is on the top of the leaderboard at 1.76, but Hemsworth is floating near the top. Just under 2. DJ LeMahieu is 0 for 1 today with the ground out. Slicing it down the line, and it will drop into foul territory for strike number 1. So, count is 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Falcon fields, fires, gets him by a step for 2 away. Nice play by Falcon.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Tommy Pham steps up with 2 outs. He's 0 for 1. He's hitting .330 on the season. Strike 1. Strike 2. He's down 0-2. Oh, it's high and deep. Back goes Idris. It is gone. A solo home run for Tommy Pham, his 4th of the season. And there goes the shutout, as the score is now Avengers 6-1. Here's the replay. Took him downtown. So with 2 outs here in bottom of the 5th, Tommy Edman is 0 for 1. In there with the first strike, 97 on the radar gun. After giving up the solo shot, he doesn't seem shy. Is where he puts the... Oh, it hits him! So, a home run and then a hit batter. Was there intent? I don't think so. I think he just lost control. So, runner at first. Lineup turns over for the Tigers. Onus Wagner steps in. He's 0 for 2. Outside corner, strike 1. And he fouls off the split finger fastball. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Wagner. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. So it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete. It's no longer a shutout because of Tommy Pham, his 4th homer, a solo shot. However, at the end of 5, it's still Avengers with a 5-run lead. So we go to the top of the 6th. Pitching change for the Tigers, Robbie Erlin, making his 10th appearance out of the bullpen. He has no record, but his ERA is a very high 8.10. And he faces Drak the Destroyer to lead off the 6th. He's 1 for 2. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. And again, pulls it down the third base line. He's 2 quick strikes. Outside ball 1, count is 1 and 2. Oh, hard line drive, but caught. Nice leaping catch by the third baseman. Can't hit it any harder than that. Let's look at the replay. Hard line drive. Stole a hit. Brooks Robinson flashing the level. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, designated hitter, is 0 for 2. There's 1 out here in the 6th. Pitches low, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So there's a right-hander warming up in the Tigers bullpen, Luis Perdomo. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on the Sorcerer Supreme. And he jams him a little bit. Shallow center. Edmonds runs in, makes the catch. There's 2 away.
Now batting, number 63.
Idris Elba, 0 for 2 today. Does have an RBI with a ground out. He's up there with 2 outs here in the 6th. High strike, but a strike nonetheless. The count is 0 and 1.
Nope.
Count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count goes 1 and 2 on Idris.
Nope, that's off.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Count evens. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bases empty in the top of the 6th. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it's low, ball 4. He walks him. So Erlin issues a free pass. So there's a runner at first with 2 down. Next up is Clark Gregg. He has a 2-run single today. He is 1 for 2. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. And he slashes it, but playable. The right fielder, Pham, makes the catch to retire the side. So, 5.5 innings of baseball. It's a 5-run lead for the Avengers. They lead 6 to 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Dave Parker is 0 for 2. He does have a home run in this series. He's 2 for 5 for the series so far. Hard line drive, but foul. Count is 0 and 1. This is deep, but it curves into the seats. A foul ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Parker. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball to stay alive. Swing and a miss, the high fastball. 99 miles an hour on the radar gun for Hemsworth's 4th strikeout of the game. Here it is in real time. Heat. So with 1 out, Jim Edmonds steps up to the plate. He had a double in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Swings through the splitter, strike 1. He's also 2 for 5 in this series. High and inside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire, so the count is 0-2. Swing and a miss, the inside split finger. And that's 2 down, his 5th strikeout of the game.
The batter, the catcher.
Nasty pitch. Just couldn't get the bat on him. So Ivan Rodriguez steps up. He is 0 for 2. Inside corner, strike 1. And he pulls the sinker foul. The count is 0-2. Strike 3 called. And the side is retired. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. And with the exception of that home run, that blemish by Tony Pham, the end of 6 innings, the MCU leads 6-1. Anthony Mackie, Falcon, solo homer in the 1st, steps up against Erlin. He's 1 for 2. High and tight, ball 1. It is the top of the 7th inning. The game is going by pretty quickly. And he hits it high and deep. He might have another, but in front of the warning track, Pham settles under it and makes the catch for out number 1. He's got under it a little bit.
Now batting, number 20.
Chadwick Boseman is 0 for 2. He walked, he scored a run, but officially he's 0 for 2 at the plate. At the knees, strike 1. Inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Boseman. High, ball 2, count is 2-1. And he pulls the ball on the ground between short and third, a base hit. So with 1 out here in the top of the 7th, the Avengers have a runner at first. Boseman's now 1 for 3. Chris Evans, the catcher. Captain America's 1 for 3. Steps it for a quick throw to first. Chadwick is back. So Captain America is a switch hitter. He's batting now from the right side against the lefty Erlin. 1 out.
Nope.
Pitches outside, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Again, throw to first. Boseman's gone. Hard ground ball up the middle. Oh, high talk. Whoa. Okay, so they got a fielder's choice, basically. Okay, the shovel pass, the shovel from the shortstop to the second baseman was a little high, but he came down on the bag and then proceeded to throw the ball into the stands. E4. So Evans is safe and he's at second base with 2 outs as Mark Ruffalo steps to the plate. Pitches high, ball 1. Evans leads off second, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Pitches inside, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Hulk. And he smashes it, and it's going to fall in there for a dunk in for a hit. That's an RBI single. There's going to be the throw is up the line. So with 2 outs, they get an insurance run, and the score is now 7-1. Hulk gets it done. Hulk smash. Oh, Hulk smash, really like Hulk bloop. Hulk bloop single. So next up is War Machine, Don Cheadle. 2 for 3 today. And it's a slow roller bouncer to the third baseman. He tosses to second for the force, and the side is retired, but not before an RBI single by Mark Ruffalo gives the Hollywood Avengers a 7-1 advantage. Get up and stretch. It's 7th inning stretch time. Stretch. So, bottom of the 7th. Ryan Klesko is 0 for 2. Steps in. Chris Hemsworth is still out there throwing strikes at 97 miles an hour. Why not? His pitch count is relatively low. This is his 63rd pitch of the game. In there, strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he lines it towards the gap, and it will fall in. And it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Eventually, War Machine gets to it, but not before. There's a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Klesko hits his 9th double of the season. Let's look at the replay. Next up is Brooks Robinson, the third baseman. He is 1 for 2 with a single today. Outside corner, strike 1. Hard ground ball to Mackie, who looks the runner back to second, throws to first for the first out of the inning. Brooks Robinson is retired. DJ LeMahieu is 0 for 2. 2 ground outs. And he pulls the slider foul down the left field line into the seats, strike 1. Just misses with the breaking ball off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on LeMahieu. Hard line drive into the gap, cut off by Mackie, but it's going to be an RBI single for DJ LeMahieu, and the score is now 7-2. Nice piece of hitting by DJ. So, no reason to push the envelope. Manager's office, bullpen. Let's say Josh Brolin will warm him up and Ed Norton will warm him up. Okay. And let's go to manager. Let's get a mound visit to warm up those guys. So Tommy Pham hit a solo homer in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 today. Chew on some ice. And eventually, the umpire makes the slow walk out to the mound to say, hey guys, let's break this up. Let's go. So, okay, no problem. Hard ground ball, 6, 4, 3, double play, side retired, inning over. Obviously, the conversation worked. So, 7 innings complete. They do get a run on the RBI single, and it's 7-2, Avengers. I think that's going to be all. 7 innings, 2 runs, good enough. Pat Neshek making his 6th appearance out of the bullpen for the Detroit Tigers. He has no record. He does have a save. His ERA is 7.20. He faces, here in the top of the 8th, Dave Batista, who's 1 for 3. Now, before we do that, go to the manager's office, bullpen, switch hitter, righty, lefty. So it doesn't really matter. I am going to put in Ed Norton. I'm scheduled to put Ed Norton in the game. The man who played the Incredible Hulk first in the Marvel Universe back in 2008. Pitch is just low, under the knees. Attendance 25,562 here at Comerica Park. Definitely not a sellout. Outside corner with the sinker. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Batista. And he fouls off the breaking ball. Count is 1 and 2. And a bloop to the right side. Finds its way to the seats. Count is still 1 and 2. It just gets a piece of slider to stay alive. Submariner. Inside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Score is 7-2 here in the top of the 8th. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming. And he walks him. So he had him out. He had him ahead 0-2 and ends up walking him. Leadoff man is on. It's not what you do. So Benedict Cumberbatch is 0 for 3. Drax leads off first. Pitches outside ball 1. And suddenly Neshek can't seem to find home plate. And he lets him off the hook a little bit there by swinging. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. It probably would have been a strike anyway. Count is 1-1. Outside 2-1. So nobody out here in the top of the 8th. They have a 5-run lead. Drax leads off first. Count is 2-1. Doctor Strange flares it into left field. It will fall in there for a base hit. So a walk and a single puts runners at first and second here in the top of the 8th with nobody out. Next up is Idris Elba. Inside ball 1. Breaks his bat. Popped up in the infield. And there's 1 away. Nasty pitch. Next up is Clark Gregg. He's 4 for 10 for the season. He's only had 10 at-bats this season. 1 for 3 today. 1 hit was a big one. It was a 2-run single in the first. And he chases a pitch high and out of the strike zone. A little bit over-anxious there. Strike 1. Runners lead off first and second with 1 out. Outside corner, strike 2. He's ahead 0-2 on Phil Coulson. And he hits it high and deep at the warning track. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. Throw back in is a little wild, but no advance in the base paths. So they get the first 2 runners on and then make 2 outs. So now Anthony Mackie, the leadoff man, is 1 for 3 with the solo homer. Get that runner in from second, he's going to have to get a hit. Here we go. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. It's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. It's going to be an RBI single for Anthony Mackie. And the score is now 8-2. Nice 2-out hit. See the replay. Ground ball with eyes. That's what happens when you put runners on. You put 2 runners on. The hitter that you issued the free pass to came around to score. So next up is Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, who's a single and a run scored today. He has runners at first and second with 2 outs. Pitches outside ball 1. In the dirt, blocked nicely by the Hall of Famer Rodriguez, but the count is 2 balls and no strikes on Boseman. T'Challa. And it is a ground ball to the third baseman. Throws across his body in time. Side retired. But they do get a run on the RBI single. And it's 7.5 complete. It's Hollywood Avengers 8. Detroit Tigers 2. So, do I want to change pitches? Yes, I do. The outing is over for Chris Hemsworth. Ed Norton, the man who first played the Hulk in the Marvel Universe, comes out to pitch. This is his 10th appearance out of the bullpen. He faces Tommy Edman to start the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 8th, check that. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss at the 99-mile-an-hour heater. Strike 1. Fouls off the next pitch. Count is 0-2. And he pulls the breaking ball foul. Count remains 0-2 on Edman. Pops it up, back behind the plate. Swing and a miss, inside breaking ball, and there's 1 away. Line for the mighty Thor is 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. It's an outing that, you know, I'm sure he'll take. If the score stays the way it is, he will get his 5th win of the season. So, Honus Wagner's up for his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 3. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, and he fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. A little late on the fastball. It's 0-2. Straight heat. Triple digits on the radar gun. He strikes out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Tigers.
Just couldn't get around on that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Dave Parker's up with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 as well. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Strike 1. Inside corner with the fastball, strike 2. Just misses. High, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ed Norton sets and deals. And it hits him. There's definitely no intent there. He had 2 strikes on him with 2 outs. Lost control of that pitch. So with a runner at first and 2 down, Jim Edmonds is up. He doubled in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. And he hits a deep drive to center. Back goes Mackie. Check that. Don Cheadle makes the catch at the warning track to retire the side. So they leave 1 on, but no runs, no hits, one left. And at the end of 8 innings of play, it's the Avengers leading 8-2. So we go to the top of the 9th. Okay, I'm going to make a pitching adjustment. Pitch is low, ball 1 to Captain America. Manager's office bullpen. It's a 6-run game, so we'll have Josh Brolin go in and pitch the 9th because no save opportunity. So 1-0 on Chris Evans. He's 1 for 4.
No, that's down.
Again, the pitch is low as well. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Trying to get in the chase. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Inside corner. And it's a line drive, and it may fall in, and it does. It 1 bounce into the left field corner, and he'll be on second base by the time that ball rattles around back in to the infield. So that's Chris Evans' 7th double of the season. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a runner at second with nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Pitching change. Luis Perdomo making his 16th appearance out of the Tigers bullpen. His record is 0-1. He does have 2 saves. His ERA is 3.28. Pretty respectable. He faces Mark Ruffalo, who's 2 for 4. Out in front of the splitter, strike 1. Evans leads off second. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. And he pops him up. Just on the edge of the outfield grass. Brooks Robinson makes the catch for out number 1. Don Cheadle is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Got a chance for another RBI at second. Pitch is outside, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ball 2, count is 2-0 on War Machine. And he skies it to center, shallow center. Edmonds waits, makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Now batting.
Next up is Drak the Destroyer, 1 for 3 with the single. He scored twice today. Pitch is high, ball 1. Low and outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Trying to get him to chase. Hits this one deep. It's got a chance. It is gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 2-run home run for Dave Batista. Drak, the Destroyer, hits a 2-run homer, his 5th of the season. And the score is now 10-2. Let's watch the replay. Oof. Had a feeling once he hit it that it was going to go. So the score is 10-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. 1 for 4. Chadwick, check that. Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, is 1 for 4. Pulls it foul for strike 1. And it's ground ball back through the box and up the middle. And yet another 2-out hit for the Avengers, as Doctor Strange is now at first. He's 2 for 5.
Number 63.
Idris Elba steps up. 0 for 3 today. And this is a hard line drive, but the right fielder, Tommy Pham, doesn't even have to move. He makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's a 10-2 ball game. The Tigers' last licks. They need 8 runs to tie. So do I want to change the pitcher? Yes, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In relief, Josh Brolin, the man who played Thanos in the Marvel Universe. He has pitched in 9 games. His no record. He does have a save. He has a high ERA, though. His ERA is 8.00. I'm sure he'd like to have a scoreless inning to kind of get that ERA down. First man he faces is Ivan Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3. In there, strike 1. Curveball, strike 2. And it is a line drive, base hit to center field. And they have a base runner to lead off the 9th. Here's the replay. So next up is Ryan Klesko, 1 for 3 with a double today. And it's a line drive, base hit to center. And War Machine will get it back in quickly to hold him at second, but it's first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Served it. Okay, now manager, bullpen. We get Paul Rudd up, warm in the bullpen, and the manager will do a mound visit, talk it out. Brooks Robinson has a single in the 2nd. He is 1 for 3, batting .316 on the season. Not interested in taking him out yet, but just want to give him a chance to kind of get a breather. At the knees, strike 1.
Ball 1.
Breaking ball is low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Brolin. Runners lead off first and second. And he pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Robinson. To the first baseman, he throws. Oh no, check that. That was a line drive to the first baseman. Thought that was off of the turf. So it's a line drive down the first base line, but snagged by Mark Ruffalo at first. So there's 1 out with runners at first and second. DJ LeMahieu has an RBI single today. Steps in with another chance at an RBI at second. In there, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the split finger. Count is quickly 0-2. Fouls off the breaking ball. Count remains 0-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Strike 3 called. Gave him the high strike, and there's 2 outs. So, while they do have runners at first and second, the Detroit Tigers are down to their final out. Tommy Pham, who has a home run today, in the 5th, he has a solo homer, steps in with 2 runners on. He represents the final out. First, next pitch is low, ball 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Pham.
You got 2
2
balls,
and 1.
1 strike.
He fouls it off. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Tigers are down to their final strike. And he slices it down the right field line into the seats. The count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over. Avengers win 10-2. So, at this point, they have split the first 2 games of this 3-game set at Comerica. Mighty Thor, Chris Hemsworth, gets his 5th win of the season. And tomorrow they play to find out who wins the best 2 out of 3 in this 3-game set. So, let's do it the right way. Hollywood Avengers, 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors. The Detroit Tigers, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Chris Hemsworth gets the win. Ryu gets the loss. Dave Batista, Drax the Destroyer, is 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. They've given him the designation of Player of the Game. I am RC Robin. You have just watched a presentation of Avengers Baseball. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for the PS4. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you like Dungeons & Dragons, tabletop role-playing game, D&D, we're playing D&D on Monday nights, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Please tune in if you happen to miss it because you're watching this on replay. We have a playlist on the channel dedicated to Dungeons & Dragons. Please check it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have yourself a great night.